Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
And might even be worth more.
Good Lord.
You're kidding me.
Wow. Where's my chair?
7 paintings. Some were bought for just a few dollars. Others were inherited or forgotten for years. And one of them was bought for $5. By the end, you'll see why that might have been the best bargain of them all. This is Roadshow Heirlooms. Number 7, the $2 watercolor. A young collector bought this watercolor at a South Jersey auction for just $2.
This piece was found at an auction down in South Jersey. It was so hot there, my dad didn't want to stay to get it, but I wanted to. Got it for $2.
$2?
He thought it might be worth around $150, but the expert identifies the artist as Albert Nuyhuis, a Dutch painter from the 19th century.
What do you think it might be worth today?
$150.
$150? I think it's worth $150. I think it's more than $150. It would probably sell for between $1,000 and $1,500.
Whoa.
Yeah.
At auction, the watercolor could bring $1,000 to $1,500. Not bad for $2. Number 6, the 60-pound family painting. This painting had been passed through one family for generations. The owner's father bought it from the family estate in 1934 for £60.
It belonged to my grandfather, and when he died in 1934, my father, who was grandfather's son-in-law, purchased it from the estate for £60.
The artist was Frank Moss Bennett. Bennett's work had been reproduced extensively, so it wasn't immediately obvious how valuable the original might be. But the expert takes a closer look. His estimate?
And it's still sublimated to the main subject. It sits comfortably in the background.
Yes.
And, I mean, it's immensely skillful. But then, of course, we come on to its value. I mean, you said something, was it 60 guineas or 60 pounds?
£60 as far as I remember.
Yes. I think it's a very, very good painting by him, that it's worth probably £5,000 to £7,000.
Really?
And might even be worth more.
Good Lord.
£5,000 to £7,000. A 60-pound painting suddenly worth more than 100 times that. Number 5, the vibrant Alfred East. 2 Alfred East paintings arrived together. One looks traditional, the other is smaller, brighter and far more vibrant. The surprising part? The expert actually prefers the smaller painting.
This sort of painting is really out of fashion today because it speaks to you, but it sort of doesn't say a lot, does it?
Yeah.
I find them, and I don't think I'm very different from the general public today, a bit boring.
Yeah.
This one, I think, really is a picture that would be desired. It's got a focal point. I can see sort of £6,000 to £8,000.
You're kidding me.
Well, why not?
That is fantastic. That is really good.
It's valued at around £6,000 to £8,000. Sometimes the painting that catches your eye really is the better one. Number 4, the Ozark Hilltop. This one was chosen by a family member before she passed away. She knew the artist, Olin Travis, personally.
She invited family members to come through her home and choose whatever they'd like to have. And she would say yes or no if that's what she wanted you to have. But I was immediately drawn to this painting. Aunt Marge said, good eye. She said she knew the artist back in the 40s, Olin Travis. She wanted to help him out, so she gave him $75 plus $15 a month to do this painting for her.
And she paid just $275 for the painting. The painting had something collectors love: excellent condition, strong provenance, and a subject closely connected to the artist.
But I love the Arkansas subject matter, the great impasto, and the value is about $10,000 for insurance purposes.
I did not expect that. Whoa, holy cow. That takes my breath away. Good Lord.
She was right. You do have a good eye.
Wow. Where's my chair?
The expert gives it an insurance value of around $10,000. The owner expected maybe $1,500. He was very, very wrong. Number 3, the painting forgotten in museum storage. This painting wasn't hanging in a gallery. It was sitting in the back of a museum storage room, unseen for years. The artist, Jack B. Yates.
And I realise that he is an artist of some interest, but I know no further than that.
Really, well, I think that Jack Yates is one of the great 20th century artists. And I see Jack as being a visionary poet in paint.
The expert considers Yates one of the great artists of the 20th century. And because the painting had been protected behind glass, its glazes remained remarkably fresh. The estimate.
And have been sold privately for more than that. I don't think it's a lot of money. I don't think when you've got a major international artist, it's a lot of money.
No.
It's only a lot of money if you consider Yates to be a minor provincial Irish artist, which I don't.
No, indeed.
And this, I think, today is worth £60,000 to £80,000.
Good Lord.
£60,000 to £80,000. A painting, forgotten in storage, suddenly became one of the most valuable things in the building. Number 2, the raindrop paintings. These paintings look simple, just raindrops, but they're by Kim Chung-yul, one of Korea's most important artists.
Went to New York and then eventually settled in Paris, which is where he began painting his raindrops. Now, there's a little bit of water damage to this canvas, and actually, interestingly, it was through a wet canvas in his studio that he discovered that that's what he was drawn to painting. And from 1970 onwards, just simply painting droplets of water.
The owners bought them in 1974 simply because they loved them. They thought the expert might value them at around £2,000. Instead,
this is exactly the kind of period that gets people particularly excited about his work. And I can say that individually, possibly the piece with the sand being worth a bit more, but they're probably worth at auction around £80,000 to £120,000 each in the current market. Upwards of that potentially, I think, for the sand piece.
Wow.
Yes.
You actually thought you were going to say 2,000.
£80,000 to £120,000 each. And the one incorporating sand could potentially be worth even more. 2 paintings, potentially more than £160,000 combined. Number 1, the $5 Bob Ross. And then there's Bob Ross. The expert is visibly emotional when he sees these paintings. He watched Ross as a child. These weren't paintings from the joy of painting. They were created in Alaska during the 1970s, before Bob Ross became a television icon.
This is kind of a big deal for me personally. I watched when I was a kid, and he's the reason I picked up a paintbrush for the first time. So people have a very emotional connection. Look, I'm tearing up. People have such an emotional connection to Bob. How did you get him?
Oh, my parents got him in the 70s.
Quonset hut sale. Salvation Army.
It was a Christmas gift to my parents in the 1970s.
They were all acquired locally, and they were all done by Bob Ross when he was at Eielson Air Force Base in the 70s. And when he left the Air Force, he went back to the lower 48, and he began his TV show actually in 1983 out of a small PBS station in Virginia.
And one owner bought his painting for $5. At the time, nobody could have known what Bob Ross would eventually become.
Bob Ross paintings like this would sell in the $15,000 to $25,000 range.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
How much did you guys pay? Do we have any prices here? So you inherited $12, you win, I think.
Mine was $5.
The expert says paintings like these could sell for roughly $15,000 to $25,000, and that's not even counting the much higher prices achieved by some TV series paintings. $5, potentially tens of thousands. That's the kind of heirloom you don't throw away. 7 paintings, 7 completely different stories, but they all prove the same thing. You don't always know what you've got until someone takes a closer look. Which one would you want to discover in your own home? Tell us below, and subscribe to Roadshow Heirlooms for more forgotten treasures with stories hiding underneath the surface.